What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook with another taste delicious recipe. You wanted me to show you how to make juicy T-bone steak and seasoned fried potatoes in my kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. I'm gonna show you how. If you're new here watching me cooking, make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notification settings to be reminded every time your girl upload a brand new video. Make we jump right into it.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days and when him feed you. You know when no obligation but to owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him wine to get turn your back on your brother.
Okay, goodie, you ready for cook? Let's cook. Now I have my T-bone steak right here, and what I did was soak it in lemon juice, salt, and vinegar just to make sure that it's nice and clean. Wash it really good. Let it soak up that vinegar flavor so that the meat will be filled of flavor when I get cooking it. So be sure that you don't skip this step. Now, before I start to add seasoning to the meat, I always go ahead and get the excess water from it. Then I add, first of all, is my salt to the steak because we want to give this thing flavor, right? Flavor. Then you want to make sure to add your black pepper, some cloves, and I'm using powdered cloves here. Also, I added some garlic powder. You can't skip that for sure. And you definitely can't skip your onion powder. So go ahead and put those on there because we need those for sure, for sure. Alright, now I'm gonna use my Ocherous meat season, and I find that this meat season is so good on steak and all them other good things, beef and that. So make sure say grab yourself some meat seasoning from the Ocherous brand. And I in fact love my combo season. Now if you don't have combo season, just use all-purpose season or any kind of season that you have around your house. Definitely go in for your paprika. And goody, all the amount that I'm using here, I will list them in the description box. I eyeball everything eyeball, yeah, so. And go in with your ground ginger. Now, if you don't have powdered ground ginger, use the whole ginger. I will definitely added my rosemary, and I'm using dried here, but if you have fresh one, just go ahead and use it. Now make sure that you sink that season, press it all the way up into the meat. You want it to go into the crevice and the crannies and everything on the meat. So make sure say you pat it in really good. That's why it's important not to have the meat wet. So get that thing all soaked up into the meat. Flip it on the other side, and then we are going to repeat the same thing. You want to make sure that the meat is seasoned on both sides thoroughly. Do not skip a step. Now, if you're still here watching me cooking, be sure that you have subscribed. Don't just sit there and watch me cook. Subscribe and join the family. It's always something good cooking up over here. And I'm always fast, easy, and simple. And if you don't see what you like, ask me because I'm always here to what? Deliver. Now, after I get done doing that, me allow it to sit for about 40 minutes. That's all I need. Now, moving right along, in a pot, I added about 4 tablespoons of oil, any kind of oil of your choice, and go ahead and add your T-bone steak to the mix. Now, we are talking flavor. So I have about 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and let it soak up into the meat. So you go ahead and put that in. Add your pepper because we want this T-bone steak to cook with flavor, right? Flavor. And some sliced onion into the mix like so. A little bit of fresh thyme. If you have dry thyme, go ahead and fling that in, and some scallion, 1 stalk of scallion. That's all we need, right? Just let the thing fry up really good. I'm going to give that about 7 minutes. After 7 minutes on medium heat, you go ahead and you turn it on the other side. 7 minutes, just like so. Just turn it over. and you have a nice color. Now, after you turn it after 7 minutes, go ahead and add your apple cider vinegar to it. And I added about a tablespoon. Add some soy sauce to it as well, about a tablespoon or two. And then I went in with my honey and poured it all up in there. My honey, I got to turn up this thing all the way. Now I poured in a little bit of my good cherry sweet wine to it. Any kind of wine you have, cooking wine, any kind of wine, wine. Go ahead and pour it all up in that goodness. Now, remember you cooked it for 7 minutes earlier. So go ahead and allow all that liquid to simmer down, and it's going to look like that. After it's simmered down, it's good. You go ahead and remove it from the heat. Now, I did add some broth here. If you have chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable broth, go ahead and pour it in there, about a cup. What we're doing here is giving that gravy flavor. Lift that good seasoning that you have in the bottom of your pot. Give it a good twirl and a mix for about 2 to 3 minutes, and just pour it on up on your steak, honey. That's all you need. It's easy and simple, right? Just pour it on up in there, and your meat is done. Done, right? All done. That's how quick it is. All that flavor, all that season, it's going to make your steak taste good. Not even a restaurant now have nothing for you after this. Now I'm going to make the potatoes, these seasoned potatoes. I have here about 6 potatoes, right? If you're cooking for more than I am, I'm cooking for about 5 people here. You could add more, right? Or less. Now, you want to cut them in cubes like I'm doing here, just like so. Cut them all in cubes because you want to cut it to the point where all the slices are basically the same in size, right? When you get done, it's going to look like that. Now we're going to season up them bad boy. Now to that, I added some salt to get going, black pepper, then I went in with the garlic powder and the onion powder. We are going to season up these babies, honey. Season the daylight out of them. Me love my combo seasoning. I put it in there. You could use any kind of season what you want, but put it. Give it some paprika for color for sure. And mix it all in. You could go ahead and add whatever else you like to add. If you want to make it a little spicy, add some chili powder, cayenne pepper, make it your own, honey. And then I went in and cut up some onions and green bell pepper, and I'm going to add my scotch bonnet pepper to the mix to give my potatoes flavor as well. All right. And that's the size that I chose. You could make them bigger, but not make them no smaller than that. Now in your pot, make sure the oil is nice and hot before you add your potatoes in it. At least 350 degrees in heat. Go ahead and add your potatoes to the mix. We are going to allow these to fry until they are golden brown. All right. Now, after about 10 minutes of frying and they're nice and pretty golden brown, we are going to give it more added flavor. Now, if you don't want to pack on the pound, this is not one of those recipes where you think you're going to be losing weight, honey. You're going to be packing some flavors up in the areas, okay? But it's tasty. You're not going to regret it. Go ahead and add your veggies to it and allow those veggies to fry up and cook and give those potatoes more added flavor. Nice and golden brown. When you know it's done is when the veggies starts to float and then everything comes together and cling to the potatoes. That's when you know that you're all done. After you're all done, then we are going to go ahead and remove them and sit them in a container, just like so. Now, what I'm going to do here is go ahead and get some butter, add some dried parsley to it, or fresh parsley if you have it. Then you want to go ahead and pop that in your microwave, melt it down like that, and then goody, pour it all over those seasoned potatoes. Give it a good combination mix. Make sure say get the butter and everything all upon the goodness there. Yes. And set it all up in a plate and share it for the multitude. They're gonna love it. Trust me. Trust me, they are going to love it. The potatoes are nice and moist and filled with buttery flavor, juicy, nice caramelized flavor from the onions and the bell pepper. It is a showstopper. And a little bit of tang heat, not much from the pepper, but it didn't pop, so you're good to go. You can just serve it up on a platter with, make it pretty, however you want to do it. But honey, I'm going to make a meal out of this thing, right? Now, that's what it looks like on the plate when we share it. The T-bone steak on a plate with the potatoes and some rice and peas. Oh, it was good. Now, make sure say you're sharing the love with friends and family. Tell them what's going on over here. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Now, that is what it looks like. Even better when you pour that good juices up on there, honey. Yes, boo. Now, if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And then turn on your notification settings. Tell me what you like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!